Okay, so let's talk about hiring top tech talent. And let's be honest, it feels like everyone's competing for the same small pool of, like, rock stars. It's like trying to find a parking spot downtown during rush hour. Stressful, right?
Yeah.
But what if you had a secret weapon? A way to attract those A players before you even had an open position.
That's where the magic of a talent pipeline comes in.
Oh.
It's not just about filling a role when you're in a pinch. It's about constantly cultivating relationships with talented individuals. So you're ready to make a move when the time is right.
So instead of frantically searching for candidates when you desperately need them, you're building a network of potential hires that you can tap into, kind of like having a VIP list for top tech talent.
Exactly. And the beauty of it is that it saves you a ton of time and money in the long run. Think about it. The average cost of an unfilled tech position can be upwards of $6,800 per day. And that's not even factoring in the lost productivity and missed opportunities.
Whoa, $6,800 a day. That's a serious hit to the bottom line. Suddenly, building a talent pipeline seems less like a nice to have and more like a must have. But where do you even begin?
The first step is to get crystal clear on your hiring criteria. Trying to build a talent pipeline without knowing exactly what you're looking for is like setting sail without a map or a destination.
So, before we even start thinking about candidates, we need to define those must have skills, experience, and even personality traits for each role. But how specific should we get? I mean, should we be listing every single programming language or software tool?
You definitely want to be thorough, but it's more about identifying the core competencies that are essential for success in the role. For example, if you're hiring a software developer, you might prioritize problem-solving skills experience with agile methodologies and a collaborative mindset.
Okay, that makes sense. It's about focusing on the foundational skills and traits that are transferable across different projects and technologies.
Yeah.
So once we have our hiring criteria nailed down, where do we actually find these talented folks? Everyone's hitting up the same job boards, right?
Job boards can be a starting point, but to really build a robust talent pipeline, you need to think beyond the traditional channels. Imagine a tech company needing a mobile app developer. Instead of just posting on generic job sites, they could be connecting with developers at mobile app-focused hackathons or sponsoring workshops on the latest iOS development trends.
So it's about going where the talent hangs out. Those niche communities and events that are specific to their interests and expertise. But what about those passive candidates, the ones who aren't actively looking for a new job? How do you even get on their radar?
That's where your company's reputation and online presence come into play. Let's say you are a data scientist who also loves open source projects. You'd be more drawn to companies actively contributing to those projects, right? By positioning your company as a thought leader and sharing valuable content. You attract those passive candidates who are always keeping an eye out for exciting opportunities.
So it's about building that employer brand, showcasing your company culture, and becoming a magnet for talent, even if they're not actively seeking a new role. But let's be real. Building a talent pipeline sounds time-consuming. How can startups with limited resources manage this effectively?
It's all about prioritizing and working smarter, not harder. Start by focusing on a few key channels that align with your target audience. Maybe that's attending industry conferences, engaging in relevant online communities, or partnering with coding boot camps.
So it's about choosing quality over quantity, focusing on the channels where you're most likely to connect with those top-tier candidates. But once those candidates start flowing in, how do we manage them efficiently? I'm already feeling overwhelmed just thinking about it.
That's where technology can be a lifesaver. Tools like applicant tracking systems, or ATS for short, can help you streamline the process. From screening resumes to scheduling interviews to keeping track of candidate communication.
Okay, so an ATS helps us stay organized and ensures we're not letting those promising candidates slip through the cracks. But not everyone might be familiar with how those systems work. Could you give us a quick breakdown?
Imagine having a digital assistant who sorts through resumes, highlights key qualifications, and even schedules interviews based on your availability. That's essentially what an ATS does. It helps eliminate those manual tasks, so you can focus on what really matters, building relationships with candidates.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like having a personal hiring manager who works 24/7, ensuring that the right candidates are getting the attention they deserve. But with all this talk about efficiency and automation, how do we make sure we're still providing a positive candidate experience?
That's a fantastic question, and it's something that's often overlooked. Think about it. You're trying to attract top talent, so you need to treat them like VIPs throughout the entire process, from the initial application to the final offer.
Right. We wouldn't want to scare off a potential rockstar developer with a clunky application process or a slow response time. It's like going on a first date. You want to make a good impression, right?
Exactly. So make sure your communication is timely, personalized, and engaging. Give candidates a glimpse into your company culture. Highlight those unique perks and growth opportunities, and make them feel valued and appreciated throughout the journey. Remember, you're not just evaluating them, they're evaluating you too.
So it's a two-way street. We need to showcase the best of our company and make them excited about the prospect of joining our team. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about how to keep those candidates engaged, even if we're not ready to hire them right this second.
That's a crucial point. You've invested time and effort in building these relationships, so you don't want to let them fizzle out just because you don't have an immediate opening. It's like nurturing a delicate plant. You need to provide consistent care and attention to help it grow.
So how do we keep those candidates warm without overwhelming them or coming across as desperate? What are some strategies for staying top of mind without being annoying?
One effective approach is to create exclusive talent communities. Think of it like having a VIP lounge for your top prospects. You could have a dedicated Slack channel, a private LinkedIn group, or even host in-person meetups where you share industry insights, offer sneak peeks into upcoming projects, or simply provide a space for like-minded professionals to connect.
Ooh, a VIP lounge for tech talent. I like the sound of that. It makes them feel special, gives them a sense of belonging, and keeps your company on their radar. But let's be realistic. Not every tech professional loves networking events. How do you keep those more introverted candidates engaged?
There are plenty of ways to engage those who prefer to connect digitally. Content marketing can be a game changer. Instead of bombarding them with generic job postings, share valuable content that aligns with their interests and expertise.
So we're talking about insightful blog posts, webinars on cutting-edge technologies, or even behind-the-scenes videos that showcase your company culture. Anything that positions you as a thought leader and adds value to their lives right.
You got it. It's all about demonstrating you're not just looking to fill a position, but are invested in their professional growth, even before they're officially part of the team. And a little personalization goes a long way.
So instead of sending out a mass email about a webinar, I might send a personalized message to a candidate, mentioning their interest in AI and how this webinar features a leading AI researcher.
Exactly. It shows you're paying attention to their specific interests and are going the extra mile to provide value. But remember, even with personalized approaches, it's crucial to respect boundaries and avoid bombarding them with communication.
So it's like that old adage, everything in moderation. We want to stay on their radar but not become a nuisance. But let's say you've successfully nurtured those relationships. You've kept those candidates warm and engaged. And now finally that dream position opens up. How do you seal the deal and convince them that your company is the best possible place for them?
This is where all that relationship building pays off. You've already established trust and rapport. Now it's about showcasing how this specific opportunity aligns with their goals and aspirations.
So it's not just about presenting a generic job description and hoping they bite. It's about tailoring your pitch to their individual needs and motivations right.
Precisely. Remember those initial conversations about their career goals and interests? This is where that information becomes invaluable. Connect the dots for them. Show them how this role offers the challenges, growth opportunities, and work-life balance they're seeking.
So if a candidate mentioned a passion for machine learning, you might highlight how this role involves developing cutting-edge ML algorithms or working with a team of renowned ML experts.
Exactly. You're not just filling a position, you're helping them take the next step in their career journey. And don't forget about the power of your company culture.
Right, because talented tech professionals, especially those in high demand, want more than just a paycheck. They want to be part of a company that aligns with their values, offers a supportive environment, and fosters innovation.
Absolutely. If your company champions work-life balance, highlight those flexible hours and generous vacation policies. If you're known for your commitment to professional development, showcase those opportunities for training and mentorship.
So we're essentially saying, look, we value what you value, and here's how joining our team can help you achieve your goals while feeling fulfilled and supported. But what happens when a candidate is on the fence or has multiple offers? How do you handle those tricky negotiations?
Honesty and transparency are key.
Oh.
Don't shy away from those tough questions. If they have concerns about the company's growth trajectory or the specifics of the role, address them head on.
So if a candidate expresses concerns about limited remote work options, we wouldn't just glass over it. But explain the company's approach to flexible work arrangements and highlight any potential for remote work in the future.
Precisely. Transparency builds trust, even if you can't offer everything they're looking for. And remember, negotiation isn't about winning or losing. It's about finding a mutually beneficial agreement that aligns with both your needs and the candidate's aspirations.
So it's more of a collaborative process where
Yeah.
both parties feel heard and respected. But let's say you've successfully navigated the negotiation, the offer is accepted, and the candidate is officially part of the team. Congratulations. But our journey isn't over yet, right?
Absolutely not. You've invested so much time and effort in finding this amazing individual. Now it's time to ensure they have a smooth and successful onboarding experience.
Onboarding, that often overlooked but crucial step. It's like welcoming a guest into your home. You want to make them feel comfortable, informed, and excited to be there.
Exactly. A well-designed onboarding program can make all the difference in helping new hires hit the ground running, feel like valued members of the team, and contribute their best work from day one.
So what are some of the key elements of a successful onboarding experience,
Yeah.
especially for tech professionals who might be joining a fast-paced and constantly evolving environment?
First and foremost, clarity is paramount. Make sure they have a crystal clear understanding of their role responsibilities and expectations. Don't overwhelm them with information on their first day, but provide a structured roadmap for their first few weeks and months.
So instead of drowning them in paperwork and presentations, we provide a clear itinerary, introduce them to key team members, and ensure they have access to all the tools and resources they need to succeed.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of a buddy system. Pair your new hire with a seasoned team member who can answer questions, offer guidance, and provide support during those initial weeks.
It's like having a friendly guide in a new city, someone who can show them the ropes and help them navigate the company culture. But onboarding isn't just about practicalities, right?
Absolutely. You want to foster a sense of belonging and make them feel like valued members of the team from day one. This means creating opportunities for connection and collaboration, whether it's through team lunches, social events, or even just casual coffee chats.
So it's about creating a welcoming and inclusive environment where they feel comfortable asking questions, sharing ideas, and connecting with their colleagues on both a professional and personal level.
Exactly. And don't forget about the importance of regular check-ins. Make sure you're meeting with your new hire regularly to discuss their progress, answer questions, and provide feedback. This shows them you're invested in their success and helps them stay on track.
So those early check-ins aren't just about evaluating their performance, but also about providing support, guidance, and reassurance, especially during those initial months when they're still adjusting to their new role and environment.
Precisely. Remember, onboarding is an ongoing process, not just a one-time event. It's about creating a supportive and engaging experience that sets your new hires up for long-term success and helps them thrive within your company culture.
Okay, so we've covered attracting, engaging hiring, and onboarding those talented tech professionals. We're basically talent pipeline experts now, right?
Well, we've certainly covered a lot of ground, but there's one crucial piece of the puzzle we haven't touched on yet: retention. What's the point of attracting and onboarding top talent if you can't keep them around?
Retention, that elusive beast that keeps HR professionals up at night. It's like building a beautiful sandcastle only to have it washed away by the tide. So how do we combat that? What are the secrets to keeping those talented tech professionals happy, engaged, and committed to our company for the long haul?
It starts with creating a workplace culture that fosters growth, collaboration, and a sense of belonging. Remember those initial conversations about their career aspirations and values? This is where that information becomes invaluable.
So we're not just hiring them for a specific role, we're creating a path for their future growth and development within the company.
Exactly. Make sure you're providing opportunities for professional development, whether it's through training programs, mentorship opportunities, or even just encouraging them to attend industry conferences and workshops.
So it's about showing them that we're invested in their growth, not just for the immediate needs of the company, but for their long-term career aspirations.
Absolutely. And don't forget about the importance of recognition and appreciation. Tech professionals, especially those in high demand, are often bombarded with opportunities. A simple thank you or a public acknowledgement of their contributions can go a long way in making them feel valued and appreciated.
It's those small gestures that show you're paying attention and that you genuinely care about their work and well-being. But let's be real. A positive company culture and occasional praise aren't always enough. What about those tangible factors like compensation and benefits?
You're right, those are essential pieces of the puzzle as well. Make sure you're offering competitive salaries and benefits packages that align with industry standards, And be open to having those conversations about compensation, especially as your employees gain experience and contribute more value to the company.
So it's not a one-time negotiation, but an ongoing dialogue, ensuring that their compensation reflects their contributions and keeps pace with the ever-changing market demands.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the importance of work-life balance, especially in the tech industry where burnout can be a major issue.
Right, because even the most passionate tech enthusiasts need time to recharge, pursue their hobbies, and spend time with their loved ones.
Offer flexible work arrangements, encourage employees to take breaks,
Mhm.
and create a culture that values well-being as much as productivity.
So it's about recognizing that our employees are human beings, not just code-writing machines. They have lives outside of work. And respecting those boundaries is not only ethical, but also essential for their long-term happiness and productivity.
And let's not forget about the importance of creating a sense of purpose and meaning in their work. Tech professionals, especially those driven by innovation and impact, want to feel like they're contributing to something bigger than themselves.
So we need to connect their work to the company's mission, highlight the positive impact their contributions are making, and give them a sense of ownership and pride in what they do.
Exactly. By fostering a culture that values growth recognition, well-being, and purpose, you're creating an environment where talented tech professionals not only want to stay, but thrive.
Okay, so we've covered everything from attracting those top-tier tech talents to onboarding them seamlessly and fostering a culture that keeps them engaged and committed for the long haul. We even explored the pros and cons of utilizing platforms like Unbench to streamline the process. But before we wrap up this episode, I'm curious about your thoughts on a specific platform that's been making waves in the tech recruiting world, Unbench. What are your thoughts on their approach to building talent pipelines?
Unbench is an intriguing platform that's disrupting the traditional tech recruiting model. Their focus on pre-vetted talent pools and personalized matching can be a game changer for companies looking to streamline their hiring process and connect with highly qualified candidates quickly.
So instead of sifting through endless resumes and conducting countless interviews, companies can tap into Unbench's pre-vetted network of developers who have already been assessed for their technical skills, experience, and cultural fit.
Exactly. Unbench essentially acts as a matchmaker, connecting companies with developers who align with their specific needs and requirements. This can save companies a significant amount of time and resources, especially those who are scaling rapidly or working on time-sensitive projects.
That sounds incredibly efficient, especially for startups or smaller companies that might not have the resources for a dedicated recruiting team. But how does Unbench ensure the quality of their talent pool? What's their vetting process like?
Unbench has a rigorous vetting process that includes technical assessments, code reviews, and behavioral interviews. They also consider factors like work experience portfolio projects and contributions to the open source community.
So it's not just about checking off boxes on a resume. It's about evaluating their practical skills, problem-solving abilities,
Yeah.
and overall fit for the company culture.
Precisely. And Unbench doesn't just stop at matching. They also provide ongoing support throughout the hiring process, from interview preparation to salary negotiations to onboarding assistance.
So it's a more holistic approach,
Yeah.
where they're not just connecting companies with talent, but guiding them through the entire journey to ensure a successful and seamless transition. But let's be real, working with a platform like Unbench probably comes with a price tag. How does their pricing model work? Is it accessible for companies of all sizes?
Unbench offers different pricing tiers to cater to different needs and budgets. They have options for startups, small businesses, and larger enterprises. Their pricing is typically based on a success fee model, meaning you only pay when you successfully hire a candidate through their platform.
So it's a pay-for-performance model, which can be appealing for companies who want to minimize their upfront costs
Yeah.
and ensure they're only paying for results.
Exactly. And compared to the costs of traditional recruiting agencies, which often charge hefty fees regardless of the outcome, Unbench can be a more cost-effective solution, especially for companies looking to hire multiple developers or fill specialized roles.
So it's like having a dedicated recruiting team on demand, without the overhead costs and administrative headaches.
Precisely. But it's important to remember that platforms like Unbench are just one piece of the talent pipeline puzzle. You still need to have a solid strategy in place for attracting, engaging, and retaining those top tech professionals.
Right, because technology can be a powerful tool, but it can't replace the human element of building relationships, fostering a positive company culture, and creating an environment where talented individuals can thrive.
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance between technology and human touch, leveraging the best of both worlds to build a talent pipeline that fuels your company's success.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. From the fundamentals of building a talent pipeline to specific strategies for attracting, engaging hiring, onboarding, and retaining those top-tier tech professionals. We even explore the importance of nurturing leadership potential and creating a company culture that fosters growth, innovation, and well-being. But before we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question. That wasn't explicitly addressed in our discussion. We've talked extensively about attracting individual contributors. But what about nurturing leadership potential within our existing talent pool? How do we identify those future leaders and create a pipeline for their growth and development? It's like planting seeds for a future forest of leaders, ensuring our company has a robust lineup ready to take the reins when the time comes.
That's a fantastic point, and it's often overlooked in the rush to fill immediate openings. Building a leadership pipeline is just as crucial as building a pipeline for individual contributors. It ensures the long-term health and sustainability of your company. After all, those talented developers and engineers you're attracting today could be your future CTOs, VPs of engineering, or even CEOs.
So it's not just about filling those entry-level and mid-level positions. It's about recognizing those individuals with the potential to lead and guide the company forward in the years to come.
Absolutely. But how do you spot those future leaders? It's not always about technical expertise or even years of experience. Often it's about those intangible qualities. The ability to inspire, to motivate, to think strategically, to make tough decisions, and to build consensus among a team.
So we're talking about those individuals who demonstrate strong communication skills, problem-solving abilities, a willingness to mentor others, and a passion for the company's mission and vision.
Exactly. These are the individuals who naturally step up, take ownership, and inspire those around them. They might not have manager in their title yet, but they exhibit those leadership qualities in their day-to-day interactions and contributions.
So how do we as leaders and HR professionals create an environment that nurtures those qualities and provides opportunities for those individuals to grow into leadership roles? Is it about formal mentorship programs or leadership training courses?
Those can be valuable tools, but it's also about creating a culture that empowers individuals to take risks, experiment, and lead initiatives even if it's outside their immediate job description. Encourage them to present their ideas, lead team projects, mentor junior colleagues, and participate in cross-functional initiatives.
So it's about creating a playground for leadership where individuals can flex their leadership muscles, gain experience, and receive feedback in a supportive environment.
Exactly. And as they demonstrate those leadership capabilities, provide them with opportunities for growth and advancement. This might involve promotions, new responsibilities, or even just the chance to lead more complex and challenging projects.
So it's about recognizing their potential, nurturing their growth, and providing a clear path for them to climb that leadership ladder within the company.
Precisely. But it's not just about providing opportunities, it's also about providing guidance and support. Mentorship programs, leadership coaching, and even just regular feedback conversations can be invaluable in helping those individuals develop their leadership skills and navigate the challenges that come with taking on more responsibility.
So it's a holistic approach where we're not just identifying those future leaders, but investing in their development, providing guidance, and creating a culture that empowers them to step up and lead.
Exactly. And remember, building a leadership pipeline isn't just about preparing for future vacancies. It's about creating a culture of leadership at all levels of the company. It's about empowering individuals to take ownership, to inspire those around them, and to drive the company's success forward.
Wow, that's a powerful concept. It's not just about filling leadership roles. It's about cultivating a leadership mindset throughout the entire organization. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier. The importance of company culture in attracting and retaining top tech talent. What are some key elements of a culture that not only attracts those talented individuals, but keeps them engaged and committed for the long haul?
It's a multifaceted question, but a few key elements stand out. Firstly, a culture of transparency and open communication is paramount. This means fostering an environment where employees feel comfortable sharing their ideas, voicing their concerns, and receiving honest and constructive feedback.
So it's about creating a safe space for dialogue, where everyone feels heard and respected regardless of their role or level of experience.
Absolutely. Transparency builds trust, and trust is essential for any healthy and productive work environment. Another key element is a commitment to continuous learning and development. Tech professionals, especially those at the forefront of innovation, are constantly seeking opportunities to expand their skills and knowledge.
So it's about creating a culture that encourages experimentation, embraces new technologies, and provides resources and support for professional development, whether it's attending conferences, taking online courses, or participating in internal training programs.
Exactly. It's about fostering a growth mindset where individuals are encouraged to challenge themselves, learn from their mistakes, and constantly evolve their skill sets. And let's not forget about the importance of work-life balance, especially in the tech industry where burnout can be a major concern.
Right, because even the most passionate tech enthusiasts need time to recharge, pursue their hobbies, and nurture their relationships outside of work.
A company culture that respects boundaries encourages employees to take breaks and prioritizes well-being alongside productivity, is essential for attracting and retaining top talent.
So it's about recognizing that our employees are human beings, not just code-writing machines. They have lives outside of work. And respecting those boundaries is not only ethical, but also essential for their long-term happiness and productivity.
Absolutely. And finally, a company culture that fosters a sense of community and belonging is crucial. This means creating opportunities for employees to connect, collaborate, and build relationships beyond their immediate teams.
So whether it's through social events, team-building activities, or even just casual coffee chats, it's about creating a sense of camaraderie and shared purpose.
Exactly. When employees feel like they're part of a supportive and inclusive community, they're more likely to be engaged, motivated, and committed to the company's success.
Wow, this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. We've covered everything from the fundamentals of building a talent pipeline to specific strategies for attracting, engaging, hiring, onboarding, and retaining those top-tier tech professionals. We even explore the importance of nurturing leadership potential and creating a company culture that fosters growth, innovation, and well-being.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you and our listeners. Remember, building a talent pipeline isn't just a one-time task. It's an ongoing journey that requires constant attention adaptation and a genuine commitment to creating a workplace where talented individuals can thrive.
And who knows, maybe in nurturing that talent pipeline, you'll discover the next tech superstar or future industry leader hiding right under your nose. Until next time, happy